Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Emma, and yeah. Also guys, I have another channel. It is Emma Somerville, and the picture is me holding my cat. He's a Siamese, so go check that one out. It's just a for fun channel. This is actually my reading channel though, like it says. So anyway, guys, don't forget to subscribe, ring the notification bell, and smash that like button. But let's get right into what this is. So thank you guys so much for clicking on this video and this channel. It means a lot to me. This video should be about 20 minutes because we're going to read 20 minutes of this book. My name is River. So yeah. So this book is a novel. It's also juvenile fiction. So the book's name is My Name is River, and I'm just going to read one thing from the back. One school project plus one class geek plus one town bully equals one unexpected summer. So I would tell you her name, but it's kind of already on the cover. Her name is River. The author is Wendy Dunham. I think I said that correctly. If I didn't, I'm sorry. But there's also a second book, and I'm actually not sure if there's a third book. So Hope Girl is the second book. This is also a novel, and it's the same author, and it is also juvenile fiction. So anyway, guys, the whole point of starting my channel is to kind of I love having fun, and I really like reading most books. My favorite books are Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Dork Diaries, stuff like that, like middle school drama, some romance, and a bunch of comedy, which I love. I kind of like it being like from the kid point of view too, so that you kind of get like a mixed vibe of like what the kid thinks and sometimes what the narrator thinks or the author. And so basically, that's why I started this reading channel, because some channels are just go on, but I kind of want to make this fun for like everyone, and especially for the viewers. And so one way we're going to do this is we're going to have 3 special guest judges. Yeah. So our first special guest is Miss Bun Bun. This is Miss Bun Bun. She is super soft and squishy, and she's also really shy despite how big she is. Miss Bun Bun likes in a book, she likes a strong opening, a really, really, really big words, like kind of like big, a bunch of details, like a good description, and really, really good action in the story. So I think this might suit her a little bit. Maybe. I'm not sure. I've never read this book before.
Yeah, so yeah, my name is Miss Bun Bun, and I think I might like this story. Anyway, next judge.
So that was Miss Bun Bun, but the next judge is Madame Universe. Madame Universe loves a nice character backstory, very like into the characters, loves to see how the characters were created and what different aspects the characters have on each other. She's very logical, so she loves for the story to make sense and not more like kind of fantasy, but more on the like, if he does this, how does this affect everyone else? And if it doesn't affect everyone else, then how does that happen? What kind of sense does that make? Right, Miss Uni? Right, Madam Uni? I mean, not Miss Uni. So yeah, that's another thing. She also likes for some things to be calm and some things to be not calm, like rising action and falling action. The rising action should be super, super, super tense, and then for the reader, and if it's not, then it's nothing really to her. And the following action is more, it should be to calm the reader down. And so, yeah. Hi, my name is Madam Yoni, and I will be critiquing I will be one of the judges. And like she said, I'm super logical, and I need everything to make sense, and I need the story to be super interesting. Next judge. So yeah, that was Madam Uni. And for our next judge, we have Lil Spike. This is Lil Spike. He likes for things to be really interesting and kiddie and kind of like the kid's point of view. Right, Lil Spike? Yep. And he likes originality, like creativity, having everything to be super creative. It doesn't have to be logical for him. He's kind of opposite of Madam Uni, or Madam Universe, I think that's what her name was. I'm sorry, I forgot my name. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Anyway, so he likes a good sense of originality, and he likes a really good conclusion to the story. And so now that I bored you guys for like 6 minutes on our judges, let's get straight to the book. My Name is River by Wendy Dunham. For Eric and Evan, who are the most loved, adored, and amazing children I could ever hope for, I am so very grateful for you. Star, star, star. I actually have a brother named Evan, which is really cool. So, Chapter 1, Moving Day. Don't you worry now, Sugar Pie. Everything's gonna be all right. Graham must have said that 1,000,000 times over the last few days, and that's a pretty big promise to make to a grandkid. But truthfully, I don't think I've ever doubted her, because Graham doesn't lie. She says, life ain't worth a hill of beans if you don't speak the truth. And in Graham's book, even a half-truth measures up to a whole lie. But today, the day we're moving, I'm working hard at believing her. Graham's in the kitchen, double-checking our cupboards. She said the only thing she's leaving behind is mouse poop. Not that I'd ever seen any. The cupboard door bangs as she yells up the stairs. Label them boxes, Sugar Pie, with your name and what you got in them. Packing's a lot harder than I thought. Not the actual packing, that's easy, but the part about leaving everything behind. This old brick farmhouse is all I've ever known, or at least all I can remember. I push the last box to the middle of my room and write big black letters on the side. River's box. Pillow, red flannel blanket. Hockey pucks, baseball gloves, ballerina jewelry box. Page 6. I think about leaving the jewelry box behind, but don't because it's from Graham. Plus, that's where I keep my heart necklace. My real name is River, but Graham calls me Sugar Pie. I've been alive for 4,621 days, which means I'll be 13 on my next birthday. And in all that time, I still haven't figured out why anyone would name their kid River. But that's the name I came with to my adoptive parents. Anyways, I thought babies were supposed to come into the world free of names and everything. But I came fully clothed, wearing a white and yellow checkered dress, just the right size for an 18-month-old. And I only know that because Graham told me. Graham said she was blown clear out of the water on the day my parents brought me home. She had no idea they were going to adopt. It was like I'd fallen straight from the sky. And when I asked why it was such a secret, she shook her head and said, Sugar Pie, I haven't a clue. Your mother never did have the sense God gave a goose. Graham keeps a special picture of me on her nightstand. It's a picture she took that day. My mom, who's Graham's daughter, is holding me on her hip, and my dad, Graham's son-in-law, is standing behind me behind with his arms wrapped around the both of us. I was actually cute, real chubby with a crooked little smile. Even then, I had a ton of hair. It was curly all over the place and shining brown like a chestnut. Hanging around my neck was a silver necklace with a dangling heart charm. On the front, River was engraved. On the back, 9/23/1970. I didn't come with a birth certificate, which Graham said was the most ridiculous thing she'd ever heard. Page 7. A lot has changed since then. First of all, I'm not chubby anymore. And second of all, my mom and dad are gone. So guys, it seems like she's now 50 years old, which is a pretty, 50 years old. About maybe 49. I wonder when this book was written. Actually, guys, let me find out. So apparently my name is River was apparently it says written October 1st, 2015. Tell me if that is wrong, guys, in the comments below. Back to the story. As far as my real parents go, I can pretty much guess I came to them the way most any kid does. Plopped into the hands of a doctor, screaming at the top of my lungs and completely naked. And since they gave me away when I was only 1.5, I can only guess I was unlovable too. After I was adopted, Graham said my parents loved me more than all the frogs in the pond, but after 6 months, when I was 2, they decided I was too much trouble. That's when they packed everything important into the trunk of their Mustang and drove away. They didn't pack me. But Graham said I wasn't any more trouble than a mud pie. The three-legged pig she had at the time. She said I was just like any other 2-year-old who liked getting into things and had to throw a hissy fit every now and then. Graham said my parents could never figure out what they wanted. She spent years trying to find them, but then decided it was time to give up. I have no idea how one kid could have 2 sets of parents and in 2 short years have them both decide they don't want you anymore. Maybe I really was too much trouble, but I've never heard Graham tell a lie or anything even close. It's been 10 years and they haven't come back. Sometimes I imagine my parents on the day they left. They're cruising along in their Mustang, singing along with the Beach Boys without a care in the world. My mom leans her head against my dad's shoulder, the one tattooed with a heart and her name inside. And she's dangling her feet out the window, letting the wind tickle her toes. She smiles and turns to check on me. That's when she realizes I'm not there. She screams, and when my dad realizes what's going on, he does a crazy U-turn and races back home at 110 miles per hour. They run into the house all frantic, and Mom's crying uncontrollably. She picks me up, holds me tight, and says, River, thank God you're all right. I thought Daddy put you in the back seat. You're such a good little girl. I would never make a peep. I thought you were just sleeping, but when I turned to check on you, I realized you weren't. Then I realized I'm daydreaming again. So this is kind of like the intersection. So another few paragraphs, and then it's going to be chapter 2. I tuck my diary deep inside the box, right between my pillow and red flannel blanket. Even though I never write in it, I think it's a good idea to just save it in case. Plus, that's where I keep one of Paddles' white feathers. Paddles was the best pet duck anyone could have ever had. Graham yells up the stair again. Hurry yourself along, Sugar Pie. You gotta be a little quicker than a herd of turtles. The movers are here. I tape the box shut and look out my window. I say goodbye to our backyard, to the pond where I play hockey in the winter, to the creek where I caught pollywogs, and to the path leading to our woods, right where I buried Paddles. I touch the window, taking one last look at my tire swing. I remember the day Gramp hung it. He let me pick the tree. I chose the biggest oak tree right in the middle of our yard. Gramp even let me help tie the knots. I have no idea what I'll see from my new window, but I know it won't be as beautiful as this. Chapter 2. It's gonna be all right. I sit on the front step waiting for the movers to finish their job and whisper goodbye to the 18 maple trees standing tall and proud along our driveway. Grant planted them way before I was born. They've got to live longer than he did, which I hardly think is fair. But at least I've climbed to the top of every one of them, even with my eyes closed. The people who bought our house have a boy my age, but I can promise he won't climb as high as me. When the movers are done loading Tilly, Graham's 62 Chevy pickup, Graham and I hop in and head down our driveway for the last time. Graham loves her Chevy so much she named it. She says anything so shiny and turquoise that shimmers in the sun like it does is truly alive. Graham decided on the name Tilly, and even though Tilly's been around for more than 20 years, you'd be hard up to find a speck of rust on her. And according to Graham, everybody ought to have a pickup because you never know what you'll have to haul. We reach the end of our road when I see a beautiful lady out walking her dog. She's tall, skinny, and has a ton of curly brown hair, just like me. Maybe she's my real mom. She could have gotten pregnant when she was a teenager and then left me on the front step of an orphanage. Maybe she never told anyone about me, which would explain why I don't have a birth certificate. Things like that can happen. Graham, I say, are you sure we have to move? She gives me a look that says I've asked that question one too many times. Sugar Pie, that farmhouse is too big for the two of us. It's time for moving on. Doesn't mean it's going to be better or worse. Just different. Graham takes a deep breath and lets it out real slow. Everything's gotta change sometime. And there's not a soul on this earth that can do anything about it. But what about Graham? What do you think he'd say? And, I say as a reminder just in case she forgot, we won't be able to have picnics with him in the cemetery anymore. Don't you worry about that, Sugar Pie. All that's left of Graham in that cemetery is a box of dry, dusty bones. The living part of him, all the memories we've got in our hearts, they're going to travel with us anywhere we go. We reach the freeway, head south, and pass that familiar big green sign. What the heck, guys? Thanks for visiting Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, home of Punxsutawney Phil. Come back soon. Guys, that was a really long word. It was like Punxsutawney. No. Okay, back to the book. I stare out Tilly's window and can't look at Graham or she'll see my eyes all watery. But when Mom and Dad come back, they're not going to know where I am. I try to swallow the lump in my throat. Did you ever think about that? Graham doesn't answer right away. Maybe she doesn't know what to say. Maybe she doesn't believe they're coming back. Sugar Pie, I know you're worried. But you gotta remember that we haven't seen hide nor hair of your folks in over 10 years. That's a mighty long time. Now if something changes and they do come back, we'll check in with the postmaster. He'll have our new address. Graham stops talking for a minute, like she's thinking about what to say. And when you think about how big the world is, Birdsong, West Virginia is just a hop, skip, and a toad's jump away from Punxsutawney. She turns to look at me. I can tell because I see her reflection in Tilly's window. Then she pats my legs. So then she pats my leg and says, "Don't you worry now, Sugar Pie. Everything's gonna be all right." But Graham, couldn't we have at least waited till school's out? There's only a few weeks left. Okay, that was page 11. That's where we're gonna leave off for now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will do more of these videos if you guys like them. And the two ways to know that you like them is to like this video and comment. And some other ways to know that you like them is subscribe and ring the notification bell so that you get notified of these videos. So tell me in the comments below what books you guys like, and I'll do them. I am also going to have the judges go ahead and judge this book so far real quick. So, yeah. Also, guys, tell me if you like my bookmark. I made it myself. It's a little kitty, and it has paw inside, and you just shut it. Anyway, guys, you can make it yourself if you want. Anyway, so let's see what the judges think. So the first person to judge is Miss Bun Bun.
I rate the opening, well, let me just talk about it first, actually. It wasn't as strong as the opening as I wanted it to be, like a war scene or anything, but it was a pretty great opening. It kind of just, like, hit us on with it, like her parents are, like, gave up on her. So I think I rate the opening a 7 out of 10.
Okay, so we get 7 out of 10 bunnies from Miss Bun Bun for the opening.
I really liked the description that they had. It was really great. I love the wording and all the what do you call them? Oh yeah, words. I love the words too. So I really loved it. I love how the grandma was like country, kind of saying all these like things like a hop, skip, something away, something. But I really liked it, and so I rate it a 9 out of 10.
So for our description, we have a 9 out of 10 for Miss Bun Bun. Okay, the next judge is Madam Universe. And so let's see what she has to say. Oh yes, my name is Madam Universe, and I really like the fact that River, the character and the backstory of River so far, we are only on the second chapter, but we will probably learn more about her later in the book, since like the book is named My Name is River. But I really liked it. It was a really nice character. It was a really nice character design, kind of, and I really like that she kind of had the story of her parents and that she was adopted, and it was just a really strong character. So I'm definitely giving the characters a 10 out of 10 so far. So for the originality and stuff of the characters, we got a 10 out of 10 unicorns from Madam Universe, which is pretty good. For the logic, I also really liked it because even though this is fiction and I'm not a huge fan of fiction, I think the logic in this book, like that she was adopted and then her parents left her, was pretty good. I just don't understand. Maybe I wasn't paying attention good enough or well enough or whatever you say. But how did the grandma get her? Did they just leave her behind? Did they tell her? It doesn't really say. Maybe they say later on in the story, but for now I'm just gonna give this an 8 out of 10. I think it was pretty good except for that one part. The logic was pretty, logical for that one, except for that one part. So for the logic, we also got an 8 out of 10. We got an 8 out of 10 for it, which I think is pretty good also. So one last thing for her. Because the story is not over, I cannot judge the rising action and falling action of tension and release. But so far, I don't feel tense. I feel pretty calm. So it's clearly not to that yet, so I can't judge it yet, but later on I will judge it. So you can't really judge the rising action or falling out action yet, but the next judge we have is Lil Spike. So Lil Spike is gonna judge the rest, and then this video will be done.
I really like the originality in this. It's not as original as I thought it would be because it was fiction, but sorry, because it was fiction, it didn't really rise up to my standards yet. But the fact that she was adopted, it might have been a little more original, I guess, than like the parents dying and stuff like that. Sometimes that happens. I need a little more detail on the originalness, so I'm just gonna give the originality so far a 6 out of 10, but it might get a little more original. So next thing.
So the originality wasn't as good for Lil Spike, and so he gives it 6 out of 10 hedgehogs, which is decent, I guess. So the originality isn't as good as we thought it was going to be so far, but it probably will get better.
So I can't really judge the conclusion yet because we're clearly nowhere close to the end of the book. By the way, I think this book has like 140 pages or something. Or in the 40s or 140s. But anyway, so I think it's pretty decent so far. I don't know what the conclusion will be, but I think we're in the middle of kind of like a drama stage, the early drama stages, but I can't judge it yet. So I judge it in a hedgehogs. Nothing hedgehogs so far. No hedgehogs so far. Yeah.
So Lil Spike cannot judge it yet because, well, just like she, like Madam Universe, cannot judge the rising action and falling action because we have not begun either one of those or completed either one of those, and we have not completed the book, so we can't really judge the conclusion. So yeah. But so far, I really like the book. It's a really nice book, and I would definitely read it, and I recommend it to you guys. I'm going to read more of it if you guys like it. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, then please smash that like button, ring the bell, and subscribe. And anyway, I'll see y'all in the next video. Also, check out my other channel, Emma Somerville. So, bye guys!